Your cat comes up to you completely unprompted. They start licking your hand, your arm, maybe your face, slow, deliberate, gentle. And just when you think it's the sweetest moment of your day, they bite you. Not hard, not angry, but enough to make you pull back and think, what just happened? Most people laugh it off. They call it crazy cat behavior. They say their cat is just weird or moody, or that cats are just like that. But here's what they're getting completely wrong. That lick-bite sequence, that specific combination, it's one of the most emotionally loaded things your cat can do. And if you misunderstand it, which most owners do, you could be missing messages they've been trying to send for years. What that bite actually means, we'll get into it fully at the end, and it's something most cat owners wish they'd understood sooner. Because once you understand the real language behind what your cat is doing, you'll never look at that little nip the same way again. Point 1. Debunk the obvious. So here's what most people assume. They think the lick is affection, and the bite is a mood swing. Like their cat just forgot to be nice, or got overstimulated, or decided affection was over. The internet calls it love biting. Veterinary sites call it overstimulation. And while there's a tiny grain of truth buried in there, the real explanation goes so much deeper than that. But here's the thing. Your cat isn't switching from love to aggression. They were never switching at all. The lick and the bite are the same sentence. They're not two different emotions happening back to back. They're one unified act of communication that we as humans have been reading with the wrong translation. Research published in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science confirms that grooming behaviors in cats, including what's called allogrooming, where cats groom other individuals, are tightly linked to social bonding, hierarchy, and relationship maintenance, not just hygiene or reflex. The bite that follows? It's a marker, a punctuation mark. It says, I was just grooming you, like I would groom someone I belong to. That's not mood instability. That's intimacy on a level most owners never fully realize. Point 2, the chemistry angle. Have you ever noticed that your cat almost always licks the same spots? Your hand, your wrist, maybe behind your ear. And they do it ritually, not randomly. That's not random. It's chemistry. When your cat licks you, they're doing something ancient and deeply biological. They're depositing their scent, specifically pheromones from glands in their cheeks and mouth, onto your skin. This is the same mechanism they use to mark their most trusted companions, their family members, the ones they've decided are theirs. In multi-cat households, cats groom the cats they feel safest with, the ones they sleep touching, the ones they share food with. It's not a casual gesture. It's a declaration. In the wild, mutual grooming exists in social feline groups. Lions, for instance, engage in extensive allogrooming almost exclusively within their core pride. It's how they say, you and I are one unit. I trust you with my vulnerability, and I'm claiming you as mine. When your cat grooms you, they're doing the same thing. They're weaving you into their identity. Their scent on your skin, your scent mixing with theirs, to them, that's what belonging looks like. They're telling the world, and telling themselves, that you belong to each other. And if this kind of deep understanding of your cat speaks to you, smash that like button and subscribe. It's the best way to help us reach more cat people who actually care about understanding their pets on a level most people never do. Point 3, the protector role. Here's something that might surprise you. You've probably always thought of yourself as the one protecting your cat. You provide the food, the shelter, the vet visits. You keep them safe. That's the dynamic, right? Your cat disagrees. From the moment your cat decided to groom you, to lick you as though you were part of their colony, they activated something ancient in their wiring, something that goes back thousands of years before domestication, before they ever lived in human homes. In feline social structures, grooming isn't just bonding, it's responsibility. When a cat takes on a role of grooming another individual, they're not just being sweet. They're assuming a form of social ownership. This one is mine. I tend to this one. I'll watch over this one. The bite that follows? Ethologists, scientists who study animal behavior, often describe it as a control bite, a gentle assertion, a reminder that says, I'm the one who groomed you. You're my care. Think about that for a second. Your cat isn't randomly biting you out of confusion. They're reinforcing the relationship they believe they have with you. Something deep in their wiring says, this human is mine to protect. Point 4. Body language decoder. But not every lick bite is the same. And once you know what to look for, you'll start reading the difference instantly. Let's start with a quick, almost distracted lick followed by a firm nip and a walk away. This is your cat at their most emotionally guarded. They want a connection. They reach for it. But something, noise, overstimulation, uncertainty made them pull back. The bite is the door closing. They're not rejecting you. They're self-protecting. And the fact that they started it all, that's still them trying. Now, the slow, rhythmic licking that continues for 10, 15, 20 seconds before a very light, almost lazy bite. This is grooming with full intent. Your cat is present, committed. The bite here is almost like a period at the end of a long, contented sentence. Done. You're groomed. You're mine. I am satisfied. What about when the licking moves toward your hair or the back of your neck? Places that are harder for you to groom yourself. That's not accidental. Cats in colonies groom the spots their companions can't reach alone. Your cat has noticed your limitations, and they're compensating. That bite afterward, a gentle punctuation of pride. And then there's the version that gets people most confused, the deep, slow licking of your fingers, one by one, ending with a bite that lingers just a half second too long, eyes soft and half closed. This is the most intimate version. Your cat is fully relaxed, fully trusting, fully present with you. The bite isn't aggression. It isn't overstimulation. It's the feline equivalent of a hug that holds on just a moment longer than expected. That's not weird. That's not random. That's devotion. Point 5. The sacrifice angle. Have you ever wondered why your cat licks you even though you don't taste like another cat? You don't smell like one. You're enormous by comparison. You're frankly bizarre to them in almost every measurable way. That's not a coincidence. It's a choice they made for you. Cats are not natural social groomers of species outside their own. This behavior had to be extended, adapted. Cats who groom humans have actively stretched a behavior that evolution wired into them for fellow felines and redirected it towards something entirely different, toward you. A study from the University of Lincoln found that cats form genuine attachment bonds with their owners that mirror the kind of secure attachment seen in human children with caregivers. They don't just tolerate us, they attach. And behaviors like grooming, like the lick-bite sequence, are expressions of that attachment in the only language their nervous system knows how to speak. They learned your rhythms. They decided you were worth the effort. They modified an ancient species-specific behavior and aimed it straight at you. Not out of habit, out of preference. Point 6. The empathy angle. Ever had a rough day, a genuinely hard, draining, quietly miserable day, and notice your cat coming to find you in a way they don't normally? Maybe settling closer. Maybe initiating that lick-bite sequence when they usually wait for you to come to them. That's not a coincidence. They knew something was wrong before you even said a word. Here's how. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol. Your breathing shifts, shallower, slightly faster. Your heart rate changes. Your muscle tension changes. Your voice, even when you're trying to sound fine, carries a frequency that's different from your baseline. Your cat notices all of it. Studies show that cats can distinguish their owner's emotional states through a combination of olfactory cues, detecting cortisol and other stress hormones through scent, and behavioral pattern recognition built up over months and years of close observation. Research from Oakland University confirmed that cats react differently to their owner's emotional expressions versus those of strangers, demonstrating genuine emotional attunement. When your cat comes to groom you on your worst days, when they initiate that lick bite on an evening you've been quietly falling apart, they're not just being cats. They're responding to a signal you didn't even know you sent. Night after night, in every quiet moment between you, they're gathering information. They're learning what your baseline feels like, so that when it changes, they know. Point 7. The warning. This is what I mentioned earlier, and it's something every cat owner needs to understand. If your cat has been doing the lick bite with you for months, or even years, if it's been a consistent part of your relationship, and that suddenly changes, don't ignore it. Don't tell yourself they're just getting older. Don't assume it's a phase. There are 3 things that can cause a cat to stop grooming their owner, and all 3 deserve your attention. The first is physical. Oral pain, dental disease, or mouth inflammation can make licking uncomfortable or even painful. If your cat suddenly avoids using their mouth in affectionate ways, a vet check is worth it. The second is environmental. A change in the home, a new person, a new pet, a move, a shift in schedule can temporarily fracture a cat's sense of safety. Grooming requires vulnerability. If the environment feels unstable, they may withdraw the behaviors that expose that vulnerability. The third is emotional, and this one matters most. Cats remember. If something startled them during a grooming moment, a sudden loud noise, an accidental rough response, a moment where they felt unsafe, they might pull away from the behavior entirely. Not forever, but until they feel sure again. If your cat used to lick bite you regularly and they've stopped, they're not just being moody. They're not broken. They're communicating. Maybe they need the environment to feel quieter. Maybe they need you to be the one to reach for connection first, for a while. Maybe they need slow blinks and soft voices and time. Your cat chose to do this with you because they trusted you completely. If that trust wavers, even just a little, they'll tell you. Not with words, with absence. So listen, watch, and if needed, gently help them find their way back to feeling safe again. So the next time your cat comes to you, starts licking your hand slowly and deliberately, and then gives you that little bite. Don't pull away. Don't laugh it off. Don't call it weird. Understand what it actually is. It's a behavior that was shaped over thousands of years of feline evolution, wired for their most trusted companions, stretched across the species divide, and aimed directly at you. It means you belong to me. I've claimed you. I'm watching over you. I trust you with my softest, most vulnerable self. That lick bite ritual, it was never small to them, and it shouldn't be small to you either. They chose you. Every single time. Does your cat lick bite you? Drop it in the comments. Tell us where they do it and when. And if you want to go deeper into your cat's secret emotional language, the next video is right here.